Let's see that replay, baby.
Replay. Did I actually hit it?
Yeah.
I put the other two down. I said, I don't think you are. Who do you think you are? I am.
Put that on a cracker, dude.
I'm moving all the stores. Get the audio.
Is that gonna scoop? Do you think it's dangerous to scoop it?
Yo, where are all those protests at everyone's talking about?
Where are they, dude?
I don't know. I thought you knew.
I haven't seen a single National Guard member out here. No kings. I haven't seen a single one.
I haven't seen a single king.
So what the fuck are they protesting out here?
Called Coco, you can like buy drinks out of it.
I don't know, I've never done
This is your food. They brought your food to a restaurant.
I've seen these boys in the streets. Oh. Dude. No way.
Someone moving, they even at the middle of the street, they go back. And they back for just maybe.
So it's like
you can go.
It's a very conscientious robot.
Audience can probably tell something's different about me. I got the worst haircut of all time.
Yeah.
It's not good. I'm not a fan.
I think you look good, dude.
I appreciate that. It's not true, though. He gave me, I think I look like Beavis or Butthead. One of them has this haircut, for sure.
You look like if you went back to high school, that's what you would do now. Like, you know how all the TikTokers have the little fuzz in the front?
Yeah, I know. Every cool guy has this haircut. And I'm 26, so I'm regressing. But Marissa's working late. I have to go to this haircut appointment by myself because we're going to Chicago and I need to make sure I'm looking fresh. Uber gets me. I already know I'm going to be late, so I'm pressed to start. I haven't been to a barber in forever, so I don't know if you're late if they just go to the next person. So I'm already sprinting through the door, and I'm going to a guy I've never been to before. And this guy's wearing the tightest shirt of all time in a vest, and he doesn't speak English. So off rip, I'm already concerned. I'm trying to pull out this picture to show the guy what I want. It's just a picture of what was done to me like a month ago, and he cannot understand. He's like, so you want it higher than that? I'm like, nope, just the same thing, man. Just, you see what this picture is? Just do that. And he's like, so you want me to take it really short, kind of on the top, bring it up here really high, blah, blah, blah. And while I'm saying all of this to him, some other girl that works there is like, Mike, he wants a mullet, a mullet. And the guy's like, and I'm like, dude, this guy doesn't know what the word mullet is. You work at a barber shop. How do you not know what that is? So I'm trying to explain to him also. I'm like, hey, man, I know it's kind of weird, but I'm here by myself and I can't see. So just so you know, I'm kind of taking your word for this one. So, like, I hope you do a good job. And he doesn't understand. So he keeps on cutting my hair. And he's like, how does it look? And I'm like, I can't tell. And then he's bringing his glasses over to me. And he's like, do you want my glasses? I'm like, bro, that's not going to work. Stop doing this. Just please finish this haircut. And so just a very uncomfortable process. We don't talk the entire time. And then he finishes. He's like, do you want me to wash your hair? I'm like, dude, no, I'm going home. And I'm feeling my hair. And I get in this Uber. On my way home, I go, hey, man, how bad does it look? I just got this haircut. Is it bad? He's like, no, it looks good. It was like, I mean, some like Eastern European guy probably that definitely does not like this haircut. And he was like, nah. I appreciate it, but I was trying to get some sort of validation from my Uber, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I can see what he was doing there." I definitely this barbershop guy has to think they're probably like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because I freaked out the first lady, I freaked out this guy, and then I'm just like sprinting out, like like freaking out every time. They definitely don't like me. I'm an odd patron.
So is that the same one you went to before?
It's the same one, but a different lady. Because the only time I had time to go was on Thursday, so I had to choose this Mike guy. Marissa was like, no, all the guys in there look like normal, just kind of like barbers, right? And then I get the one guy that's like doesn't know English.
Damn, that's tough. It looks fine though. I think you look good.
I appreciate it.
Looks a little tight. Looks a little tight and right.
I appreciate it.
Not too shabby, but dude,
episode 21.
As you can tell, in Chicago.
Yeah,
Chicago episode, spooky
Halloween episode. You guys are in for a scare today, but I'm here with my friend Chris, who only gets around the city by riding the food delivery robots.
Yeah, I love those. There was Coco. There was
What was the other one? Randall?
Rizzo, or like Randall Rizzo.
Lizzo?
That one because
The deluxe one, yeah. It's 20 large pizzas.
But no, that was the topic of conversation last night. Was those robots, dude.
Yeah.
But I'm here with my friend Joe, who just got done talking to about 40 guys last night.
What are you talking about? I only talk to the tall guys. I talked to about 4 or 5.
Joe spots a tall guy out in the crowd like a motherfucker, dude. That guy.
Well, it's not that hard. I was explaining my strat though. I befriend the tall guys and I tell them straight up, like, yo, if somebody beefs me, you got me. So now I got like 5 6'5" dudes having my back. If anybody touches me, I'm golden.
Do you ever get people that are like, nah, dude?
No, pretty much never, honestly.
I feel like everyone tall has like such a nice personality because they have to deal with being tall their whole life. People.
What do you mean deal with being tall? That is such a benefit in every facet.
People think tall people are like tall and scary.
Do you think tall people are scary?
Like mean. I feel like they like just because of their height they're associated with like aggressive.
Well, most of them are cocky, I guess.
Yeah.
But warranted because they probably could kill anybody and also dunk, which is sick. Reach anything.
But you do talk to a lot of guys when we go out.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Go talk to girls?
No, I'm just saying it's hilarious. We were like in line for like a half hour, and Joe's talking to every single guy that was like around.
Yeah.
in the
Well, I had Danny Phantom in front of me, and then there's this guy, and he was calling his buddy on the phone, and I thought he was just blacked out. And then Marissa was like, "You speak German?" I was like, "Oh shit, dude. I thought you were just like slurring your words."
Speaking tongues.
Yeah. I was like, "Sprechen Sie Deutsch?" He was like, "My fucking guy." I was like, I know a little,
but no, I mean last night was fun.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about last night, but first we're drinking I guess a Pennsylvania beer for the Chicago episode, some Yinglings, one of Chris's favorites.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite beer.
What are we even rating this on?
Halloween costumes.
Halloween costumes, okay. I'll give it like Barbarian from Clash of Clans.
Dude, the Clash of Clans costumes are great this year. I love
Hog Rider.
I love Hog Rider. I don't know, dude. I'm trying to think of something we saw last night, dude. I'll give this a. What's the best costume I saw? Is the question. I'll give this a. Do you see the lady with the shower?
No,
she was a full shower, I think, from Psycho. And then she would just like close people in the shower and then like dance with them in there and then like open it.
Oh my god, that sounds like a huge costume.
I'll give it that costume.
All right, that's a good costume. That's a lot of groundwork.
My favorite that I saw. I fucking love Yinglings. If you know, you know. Dude.
She's probably why the line was taken up. She was taking 30 spots by herself.
Yeah, facts. They did fucking bring like 8 construction trucks in just to put her costume together.
Yeah, that was so annoying though. The line was insane. The bouncers were on some shit. Speaking of construction though, really quick, obviously we're recording in the Airbnb right now. We tried getting a cooler setup for the pod and we were going outside. As soon as we go outside to set it up, there's just a dude looks at me and Chris pulls out a chainsaw and starts sawing wood and then shoveling it into his truck as loud as possible.
Yeah. So we are in a small Airbnb, tiny Airbnb.
We got the live audience.
First time with a live audience. Thank you guys.
What up, chat?
Thank you guys. But no, it's just another Saturday, dude.
We grind, dude. It doesn't matter where we are, what time of the day it is. We'll wake up and get this done. No matter who it affects in our lives.
But I've been waiting to talk to you about this, dude.
Well, wait.
Flag football.
Really quick though. About last night.
What
that
else?
Sucked, dude.
It was not worth it, but at the same time, like, what are you gonna do, dude? I just don't like Chicago that much.
I hate lines, and this is obviously the worst place for it. But the person in front of us in line was saying they oversold this thing by 4,000 tickets. That's so many people,
dude. People were just throwing hoopla out there in line.
What do you mean?
Because that's what happens when there's a big line like that. Everyone's like
throwing hoopla.
Watch, if you're in line and you start telling everyone around you, this is at capacity, the place down the street's it's no line. Yeah. Then the line's going to get smaller so you can move forward. Like, that's what people were trying to do.
I think everybody had the same mindset, though, where they're like, we'll let the other people go, and we'll be the smart ones and stay in this line for it to get shorter, and then nobody left.
Yeah,
it was pissing me off so bad, though, when we got to the front of the line. The bouncers were freaking out, and nobody was doing anything. We're all just standing there very calmly, and the bouncer's like, if you guys don't stop shoving each other, everybody's out of here. It's like, dude, we're not doing it.
Yeah. Did you see the guy getting kicked out too?
Several people.
I almost got kicked out.
Why?
There was on the 3rd floor. You know how there's an outside area?
Yeah.
I was ripping a dart, me and the lady, and then like there was a guy next to us doing the same thing, and then The guy next to us, the bouncer, walks right up to him and was like, "You can't have that here." He's like, "Oh, my bad, man, I didn't know." And like the bouncer's like, "You don't read signs," and then just drags him out of the fucking club, dude.
Oh my god!
Literally, like fucking kicked him out, and then
that must just
and
be
then,
a dream for an aggro bouncer. He's like,
That's
I'm
what I'm
gonna
saying.
crush everybody today.
anyone who just smokes nicotine out here is going outside of the club.
Yeah,
Like that's insane. But hey, Chicago, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone gets certified in sweaters.
that's so annoying. Anyways, though, Chris just balled the fuck out. If I had a Chris Work League Fantasy Football League, I'd be drafting you 1-1. After the stat line you put up,
It was
he's
great.
the Shohei Ohtani.
You know, I
of
will
work
say,
flag football.
I will say, last year I played, there were some people that like I don't know how to put this. They just like either left the company or they like don't play anymore or whatever. Didn't play this year. So like there were some good athletes that were not playing this year.
Mm.
So I was really like, and I was more comfortable because last year I was like 3 months in when we played or whatever.
Yeah.
So this year I was like, you know what, we're good. And then you get to pick if you want to play for Michigan State or Michigan because we always do it that MSU Michigan game.
Is it normally just naturally an even split?
No, and then somebody from one team that like doesn't care that much has to switch usually.
Okay.
But the rules, there was a bunch of rules, and the rules were saying each team has to start a girl at all times, and she has to be involved once every 4 plays. And then State didn't have any girls on their team, and we had 2. And then one of the guys we had on our team showed up late. So we had to play both of them, and then they didn't have anyone, and they were like, "We're just gonna keep it that way." I was like, "Okay," so I guess I'll be quarterback then.
Gotta be.
And then no, but they were dogs, dude.
The girls?
Yeah, they were both good, and like they were just like running these little like 5-yard outs and like 5-yard curls every play on offense, and then
They were your reliable like possession type
Literally,
receivers.
yeah.
Like, just get the yards.
Yeah.
Right? Let's make it second and manageable.
Yes, exactly. 'Cause we played at DFC, like
Sick.
where they practice.
Oh, that's
so
dope.
Like a dope, whatever. But we played in the soccer field. We shortened the field, like the sides come in, and the end zone stayed in the same space, so because it's long or whatever.
Just less wide.
Yeah. So you don't have to run this fucking far.
You're not trying to throw it like 60 yards cross field.
Well, I'm getting there, dude. So I like take it first half, like we're going down. I'm just like, you know, kind of like managing the game well. Just threw a little pitch that hit, and then threw another touchdown. So like, you know, the game's moving. We scored 2 in the first half. They scored 2 in the first half. On defense, I had to play defense too. I'm playing like my ass off out there. And then
You had to make some halftime adjustments.
and then we had like this one receiver that like was fast and like only plays soccer, so he doesn't know a lot, but he was good. And then there's another guy, Chase, that like was wearing Air Forces and jeans because he like wasn't planning on playing. And we were like, dude, I was like, get in the game. Like, I need you to play this game.
He was wearing jeans, dude.
In Air Forces, bro.
Was he
I had
good?
cleats on.
Was it better
It was
with
like-
him in? That doesn't make
Because
sense.
he could like cover people pretty well. You know what I mean?
Okay. Dude, imagine getting locked up by a guy wearing Air Force Ones and jeans.
So
I'd quit football forever.
so we had that going on off or on. He was more of a defensive weapon, but I got him the ball once or twice. But basically,
Yeah.
first half ends tie ball game,
Mm.
you know, and we're starting to be like, okay, like what do we need to do? What do we need to do? First play a second, like they get the ball at the start of the half, they go all the way down. We stop them at the 1 yard line.
Oh my God, you got a goal line stand?
Yeah,
In flag football, that seems
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah, it was crazy. and then we get the ball, and I go to our fast guy, and when like we weren't huddling every play, but I'm like, dude, come back here. I'm like, you're running to the other end zone, and I'm yucking it to you, and you're scoring on this play. Like, if you can get to the middle of the end zone, you're faster than everybody. You just burn them, and I'll get it to you.
How
And I
far was this
literally,
pass?
Like 65 yards.
You threw a football
It was
65 yards.
It was like a peewee football.
Oh, okay.
It was like a small. It was like still a real football with like a small one. You know?
Yeah,
I just
it's one of those
launched
Nerf
it,
ones
dude.
with like the tail on it that you can throw so
yeah,
far.
Yeah, I just launched it, dude, and literally after the game, all the execs at our company that were watching, like they're big Michigan fans. I was Team Michigan.
Yeah,
They were all like, "You threw that like on a line. Like you didn't put any air under it. Like you threw it like 65, just like a dart." And I
that's
was
so
like,
funny.
and it was a perfect spiral, beautiful pass, catches it, touchdown,
That's crazy.
and that's like a beautiful way to start the second half. Long story short, they score, and then we get ball. You know, just normal possession, like on the own 20.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, we got 7 minutes left. I'm clock managing this. I'm driving down the field. I'm like, we're just gonna eat clock.
Chewing clock.
I'm thinking we're the Lions.
Don't wanna
like,
give
we're
them any
scoring.
time.
Exactly. We don't want to give them anything. We get down there. They do a nice goal line stand on us, dude. I was literally just no one was rushing me. I was like, someone's gonna rush me and I can just run, but no one was rushing me, so I was like trying to like thread the needle like 4 plays in a row. I was literally like, I ate 30 seconds of clock every play because I would just like scramble and like run around and just stand back there.
Yeah.
And then after that, like we get stopped and we're like, oh no, now State has the ball, tie game. Like I think there was like a minute 20 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is too much time in flag football. So they run, the guy that I'm guarding runs like just a streak, like a go route all the way down the end zone. And then they had this like running back that was like 6'5" and super fast, and like they were throwing it to him every play. And I was like, I let my
lose
guy.
If they had a 6'5" freak, dude. That guy should be on the line.
That's what I'm saying. He was a dog, but he kind of like showed up like 10 minutes in the game. Like, he showed up a little bit late, but not too. They still had him in the first half too. Anyways, my guy was like a big tight end body. I was guarding.
Yeah.
But he caught like a diving pass and ends up for one of their touchdowns.
Okay.
Pretty good. But anyways, I'm like guarding the big guy, and then I just like can read the quarterback. They throw it to like the guy that I'm talking about, the 6'5" dude out of the back. It was like ran a little swing route.
Mm-hmm.
And then they throw to him, and he like goes to catch it, kind of bounces off his shoulder a little bit. But I was like right there. Like when he went to catch it, I swatted up. The ball hits it, his shoulder, bounces up, and then I pick it off, pick 6, win the game.
That's fine.
But it was like, I think they ran like one play before that, so there was literally like 20 seconds left or whatever, and it just like ended.
That's so sick.
And I was like, whoa. and then our like owner, like he was literally like, I wish I had that on video. That was the coolest shit I've ever seen. I was like, did you even know who I was before this? That's crazy.
I mean, that's a good way to get the boss to know you, though.
That's what I'm saying.
This guy's an athletic freak. Holy shit.
And I was sore for like 2 weeks after that.
Yeah, that seems fair.
You know,
you're making plays out there, bro.
Yeah, dude, I was scrambling. It felt good to be a quarterback again, bro.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. Good shit, man.
Thanks.
100% PFF grading.
Put it on, dude.
Versus EPA was through the roof.
Dude, and then we had happy hour after, and I went upstairs and had like 5 jalapeno poppers.
Dude, you have to. I would be the king of that happy hour after. If you got the game sealing fucking pick 6, I'd be crushing jalapeno poppers too.
That's what I'm saying. And they had this like Detroit FC beer. I was like,
good.
give me that Detroit FC lager.
Did you black out?
No.
I would have gotten so drunk if I had that performance, bro. I'm celebrating that like I just won the Super Bowl. I'm pulling out cigars and shit.
Well, when I got back to my girlfriend's apartment, I was like, we're celebrating tonight. Like, we're going out for drinks. So we went to Speaker Box.
Nice.
Whatever. Just had a normal.
Dessert.
But it was funny. It was the day before Beer Fest, which we didn't even
talk about
Beer Fest. I forgot about that, dude.
Yeah, I mean, good time. Always a good time at the Beer Fest, but that's always like the king hangover. Mixing 20 different beers together.
Yeah.
It's deceptive, bro. Because you see those 4-ounce pours, you're like, I can have 20 of these. And then blacked out every time. It sneaks up on you. Oh, these 20,
I'm all
10%
worried about
IPAs I had made me drunk. What the fuck?
At the beginning, I was all worried about like conserving my tokens and like robbing these places by not paying them. And then at the end, I had like 5 tokens.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, why
they're just sprinting. I was doing the same thing.
Doing that.
I was just going up to random ones, flipping them a token, saying whatever you got, and just chugging it and going to the next one.
Did you see at the end there's that big circle around the cup, and then everybody had the tokens either like on their tongue or on a stick, and then they would try to like balance it or like on their toe, and then try to balance it and like walk up to the cup, and everyone was like cheering around them. That was like my favorite part, and I did. I went, I put on my hat, and I
feel like it'd be pretty easy to balance a token on my tongue.
Well, no, but then you have to like, okay, so you have it on your tongue, and then you have to let it like drop into the cup. You can't just like put it in the cup. You have to like let it fall from wherever it's at. Exactly. Looking like a lizard out there.
Yeah. Let's get into the spooky episode though.
Yeah, true. This is the spooky episode. Happy Halloween. That's why I bet you guys.
Are you guys scared yet? Chat, you scared?
Joe made me put this shit on it. Dude, I can't even move my head back because this hat is hitting this ledge up here.
That's dedication. I respect you putting it back on. Mine's a little less intricate.
I know. He's like, yeah. Let's put our costumes back on in the morning. I'm like, you have a t-shirt and a fake turtleneck, and I have a fucking yellow pants, yellow dress shirt, tie. I'm like, I literally had to get ready for work today.
We're gonna go viral for this though. You guys better subscribe for this shit.
Yeah.
But the H.H. Holmes murder castle ? Explained. I was thinking about how I wanted to describe this. You want me to start with how he got caught and then go back to the beginning, or just start at the beginning?
Just start at the beginning.
All right. So I believe his name when he was born was Herman Mudgins. A horrible name. So a lot of people think that he got, yeah.
You know what year this is?
I
I don't know what year mine is.
think he was born like. I think he
No,
was
we could
born
ask,
in.
we could ask.
He was born in I think 1850, somewhere around there. And then when he got caught, it was 1894 because it was right after the Chicago World Fair. Very big event back then.
What's
but
Chicago World? What is that?
it was like a huge event. I guess they used to have like the World Fair every year, and it was kind of almost like an Olympics thing where it would rotate around to different places. And they would set up like a bunch of different vendors, and they would build buildings for it, which gets into his story. But they would build like a bunch of different businesses, hotels, all this shit. And everybody would come for the whole summer from all around the world and just basically party in the city.
Okay.
So it would rotate from like a bunch of different places, but it was a huge deal back then. But the guy's name was Herman Mudgins. A lot of people think he got bullied a lot, and that's why he turned out to be this piece of shit. But grew up in a pretty normal family.
I'm getting some information.
Grew up- his last name was like Mudgins or something like. Look up what was H.H. Holmes' real name? What was H.H. Holmes' real name? Because he went with a bunch of aliases. He had like 7 different aliases.
I like that.
And that was part of the story because his initial name
Okay.
sucked, and that's why he used a bunch of fake names. And once he started using fake names, he was like, "Now I can ball. Nobody thinks I'm a loser anymore." He was also Mudgett. Herman Mudgett.
1861 to 1896.
There we go. So Herman Mudgett, young man.
1800s. How do they even know what happened back then, dude?
I don't know.
They're
No, well,
writing.
that's going into the police stories. Their fucking forensic shit was like, yeah, that guy's dead. Who knows what happened here? Then they just moved on. But I guess so. He was like a freak. He had a bad name. He got bullied, and like so. Obviously, he had one of those complexes. He was just a shyster, a liar, a swindler.
That's a good word,
and
dude. Shyster is a good word, dude.
And so, like, another thing, just to give you a bit of his personality, everybody that described him at the time said he was average height about 5'8". But when they exhumed his body about 5 years ago, they found out that he was only really 5'3", and that he would always use platforms in his shoe to make. He made himself like 5 inches taller. So, but he grows up in a pretty normal family in Massachusetts, and then he goes to, I believe, the University of Vermont, and he starts studying medicine. And this is when shit starts getting like weird. This is like the first weird shit about him. So he had a wife at the time, and they start like fighting all the time because A, he's cheating, but also B, he's bringing home corpses and working on them at home, like dissecting them.
Whoa.
And saying that it's homework. So his landlord, when he was at the University of Vermont, found a dead baby underneath his bed.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like you were hiding something under your mattress, but it was a dead baby. And she was like, what is this? And he goes, homework. And she was like, all right, no more homework here. It's just a dead corpse for him. So he goes to the University of Michigan, same shit. He's cheating on his wife and shit. And he almost doesn't graduate because of like a cheating scandal, but he's still bringing home corpses and working on them. And then he passes in Michigan, and he ends up going to Chicago to make his living and get his own, I guess, like practice. He starts getting into like medicine over there, but he meets a new lady. I guess he told his old wife that he got into a train accident and lost his memory. He first tried faking his death, and then she found out that he was alive, and then he had somebody tell her that he lost all of his memory. And that's why he wasn't talking to her anymore. So this guy's a piece of shit. But he so he finds a new wife over in Chicago, and she's very rich. He starts taking advantage of her money, and this is like where his schemes really start. So he would do a bunch of fraud where he would use his wife's money and then buy a plot of land, and then he would take out a loan to build this building. And then I don't even really know how this works, but it's like credit fraud where you would take out the loan for that to build this building, and then he would take out like a credit loan for furniture, and then he would sell off all the furniture to pay off the building, and then but then he would like tell the furniture company that the furniture was stolen, and when they came to find it, it was hidden. And he was like, yeah, it's stolen, so I'm doing an insurance claim on this. And then he would get paid out on the insurance to pay out the furniture company, so everything was just free. I don't know how that works. It was 1890s. But
I really wish I was born back then.
Yeah,
like
so
for those reasons.
this is when the murder castle comes into play. So he starts building this thing for the Chicago World Fair. He says the first floor is for businesses and the second 2 floors are going to be like apartments, whatnot for people to live at. And he'll like hire a construction company, have them work on one thing, and then he'll fire them. And then he'll hire a new one so that nobody knew the full scope of what he was doing and nobody knew the full layout of the building. Because he had them put in a lot of weird shit, like rooms with fake doors in it, rooms with trap doors, rooms with like booby traps, kind of. And it was like a fucking crazy building.
Dude, I just imagine the laborers in there like building spiky things, and they're like, I wonder what this guy's doing in here.
Oh well, we're getting 5 doubloons for this. This is good work, and my wife will eat well.
What is this pit of gas and doing in the basement?
He literally had a room that was a gas chamber that somebody built for him. He had another room that was perfectly airtight. How do you even build that in the 1890s? It's fucking insane technology. And all these builders are like, classic World Fair. Everybody's building these nowadays.
This is another building.
Yeah, so he builds this, and then this is when his kind of murder tirade starts. It's the World Fair, so a lot of people are coming in and out. He has people working in his building that he'll like seduce the woman, or people living in the apartments, he'll just lie to them. And I mean, one of the ladies, she was working down in the pharmacy, I think, and he was like, yo, come check out these papers, took her in the airtight room, and then just locked her in there and died. And then another person put her in the gas chamber. She got gassed, dead. And then it would just like keep happening, and these people would disappear, and the cops would be like, hey man, how'd she disappear? And he'd be like, I think she moved to Iowa. And the cops were like, yeah, all right, that sounds like her. You're right.
What did he do with the bodies?
So they found several of them in the premises, but he also, so the basement was where most of the work went down. He had like an operating table. He had, what's that shit called where you cremate somebody? Like a furnace, I guess, where you would burn a lot of the bodies.
Hell?
He was next to Lake Michigan, so he would throw a lot of the bodies into there. But it kept on. It was
strictly just for like weird pleasure that he would just kill them and get rid of them.
He was obviously a freak for life. He just had a weird obsession with corpses, and I mean, obviously, like he was just a fucked up murderous guy. But he kept on doing this, and it just killing people in like these weird fucked up ways.
You know how many bodies he got to?
The highest estimates say 200. He confessed to 27. But so story goes on and on. Woman would go missing that was close to him. The cops would ask him. He would say she moved, whatever, and then he would get away with it until eventually the block was high. He was getting out of Dodge, and he was in St. Louis, and he had a new business partner there. And he tried another insurance scam where he lit this guy on fire in the office and killed him. And then he was like, damn, my partner's dead. I'm taking out his life insurance policy. And then at first they were like, yeah, this sounds good. Yeah, perfect story. We'll pay you out like $10,000, which I think in today's money was like $100,000. Yeah. So it was good money. But he was in jail for a few months for a different scam. And when this whole thing went down, his cellmate snitched on him and said, hey, I told this guy I'll get you a lawyer that will help get you this life insurance money, but you got to give me $500. And he never gave him the money.
Damn.
So his cellmate comes out and snitches on him. That was the only murder that they ever proved that he actually did, but it's the only one he didn't confess to. He's like, I actually didn't do that one. That guy wasn't me. So they figure out that he killed this guy, and then that's when they get the warrant. They're looking up in his like murder castle, and they're seeing obviously the building's all sorts of fucked up, and it's obviously just like a building designed to kill people. And then they see the bodies in the basement. And that's kind of how they figure out, yeah, this guy's a fucking serial killer. And he's, they say he's America's first serial killer.
Oh, they're saying that mine is too. He's one of the first ones as well.
Pretty sure mine was before your guy, but
so
Mudgett.
But that's why I was talking about this. Like, it's funny that how do they know all this information, dude? Who was writing this down?
What do you mean? I guess like probably like the law record when he went to jail and he was on death row. Well, it was a huge, I don't know. Remember how like Ted Bundy, it got like a lot of national attention. People gravitate towards these stories, and this blew up. Like everybody in the nation was talking about it. Newspapers were writing about it. It was a huge story that, you know how news is so sensationalized today? It was very much so like that. That's why like the large estimates are 200, just because 200 people went missing during the World Fair in that time, which makes sense. There's a shit ton of people, and back then somebody would go missing and they were like gone forever. Can't figure this out. So they were like, it was probably that Mudgett guy. He killed some people. So, but when he was on death row, he wrote an autobiography, which was funny because the whole time he had an ongoing trial where he was trying to say he was innocent, but he was also writing this autobiography where he was confessing to 27 murders, and contradictory, obviously. But he would like just always contradict himself. Like he would, I mean, the guy was obviously just fucked up, but he would be like, yeah, you know, me and this girl had a unwanted pregnancy and I tried giving her an abortion and then she died. But then like later in the autobiography, he would say that she moved back to Boston.
How do you give someone an abortion?
What do you?
He was pushing her down the stairs.
I don't know how abortions worked back then. I think literally back then they just put like a saw up your vag and. I don't know, dude. It was obviously
all right.
I don't know, dude. It was obviously not a good process.
Well, you just said it so casual, dude. You were like, tried.
Abortions have been around forever. All right, but let's not get into that. Anyways, but he would just always contradict himself. Like he would say, "Oh, she died from like this was a consensual thing. It's fucked up that she died, but it happened." And like later, he would be like, "Yeah, she actually left town." But his ego was through the roof. He said that these two ladies that he was accused of killing died because they were both so infatuated with him that they fought to the death and both died.
They killed each other. I swear, it wasn't me.
And he was just sitting there watching them fight to the death over him. Damn. Could you imagine a fight where both people die simultaneously? So that's the H.H. Holmes murder castle. One of America's first serial killers. He built this building just to kill people, and he did pretty well with it. I mean, he killed a bunch of people.
Damn, bro.
And then he got hung.
He got hung?
Yeah, they killed him.
Public?
I don't think it was public executions back then.
It feels like it could have been.
It was funny, though. He said when he was about to get hung, he said something along the lines of, if I don't want to say anything because then I'm entertaining you guys, but I feel like I have to say something or else I'm admitting my own guilt. While several people did die at my hands, I never committed murder. They're like, what are you talking about? That doesn't even make sense. And then they just hung him.
Damn.
So, obviously just a bad guy.
Yeah. I have another one that people are saying first serial killer. Like one of the first, like, I don't know if it was first, but it was like one of the first, like, public, like, known, like big ones. So, the movie Psycho is based after him. The movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre is based after him. Ed
Great films.
And I'm gonna go based off of the Netflix documentary I saw. That was like a series with the Dahmer and like Menendez brothers, and like it's a series, so it's probably not all the way real. But I'm gonna go based off that instead of real facts. So
wait, was this like one of those where it was like an actor rendition of what happened?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're like watching like it play out, like you're watching his life play out. Which
That's
I
cool.
think is cool to watch.
Yeah.
So basically, starts off.
When was this?
Again, I don't know.
Yeah, well, okay. Do you think though, based on what it looked like, was it 1820s,
like
1920s,
like early, like
the Roaring 20s, baby? People were getting after.
Maybe a little after that. It was pretty old though, so probably around there. I would guess. That'd be my guess.
Okay.
Don't know. We'll ask our Jamie when he gets back. So
yeah, Chad's taking a call. BMO tried ruining the pod.
We'll get Jet involved in a second here, but yeah. So basically, grows up rough childhood. Normal dad leaves, like was abusive to his mom and like whatever, and then he had a brother, and he was like very obsessed with his mom. So,
wait, did you say they were abusive?
His dad.
Okay, every serial killer story.
And his mom, yeah.
Neglectful, or like normally one parent's neglectful and the other one's abusive.
Yeah, well, his mom was kind of neglectful, but his mom just like treated him like shit. Dude. You're never gonna be good enough for anybody at Geen type shit.
Loser. No son of mine's gonna do well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make sure.
So,
but really quick, one thing I forgot to mention. So speaking of like abusive parents and how every serial killer starts like that, there was a story unverified that my guy Mudgett, his dad, if he would cry, his dad would make him put a kerosene-soaked dead rat in his mouth to make him stop crying.
Oh my god!
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Is absurd, dude.
Spooky stuff, man.
That is fucking crazy.
Sorry, so continue.
Yeah, so he was like infatuated with his mom. Like he like wanted to do everything for his mom. Like was very
infatuated, like in a romantic sense, or just
I'll get there, brother. I'll get there. So, he's very, kind of like, I need to do everything to make my mom happy or proud or whatever. And his mom was very whatever. But series kind of starts off, this guy is like on a chair. I thought he was trying to hang himself, but he's wanking. And he's got a belt around his neck, choking him, like hanging from a door. And then he's got
is this the beginning of the story?
He's got his mom's underwear on. and he's like, and then he like falls, and then his mom opens the door, and then his mom's like, "Get the fuck downstairs," and then she's just like looking at him naked, and she's like, "Ed Gein, you should never do that, Ed Gein. Like, I can't believe you, Ed Gein." And then so he's kind of weird, right?
Where was this happening?
So,
what was that accent?
I don't know. It's southern. It was very southern. Wisconsin. No, you know what year it was? All good. Wisconsin. That's a good 1940s.
It's a good Wisconsin
So I said, I guess 20.
Ed Gein.
So so he does all that, and then that's like kind of the intro. So you're like, this guy's a little weird, obviously, and he's always acting a little weird. His brother's kind of more normal too. So he goes and he meets a girl in town. Her name's Mary Hogan. Mary Hogan, nice, beautiful lady. People like her in the town, but she's kind of you come to find out likes the per se murder and crimes, and likes like she doesn't like doing it, but she likes like learning about it and knowing about it and like seeing what's going on, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So she's always got all these like pictures of this is the same time period as the Holocaust is going on. So she's got all these pictures from the Holocaust, and she's got a comic from the Holocaust. And her and Ed Gein start going to lunch.
Holocaust comic books?
They start going to like lunch. They did. It was called The Bitch of Buchenwald.
The Bitch of Buchenwald?
Yeah, and it was about
what the hell?
This. It was about a lady that would literally just skin Jews, dude.
Oh.
And like she would make lampshades out of their skin. She would make like furniture out of their skin. And Ed Gein is
that was just being circulated in the U.S.
Well, no, it was like a legal thing to have, or it was like, whatever. Yeah. But Ed Gein gets his eyes on that thing, and he is infatuated with this bitch of Buchenwald.
Infatuated is the word of the pod. Let's go.
And he like can't stop thinking about it. Is like that's all he's doing is like, what is this like comic? And he's like looking into it, and he's getting obsessed with it, and he keeps it under his bed and like reads it all the time and whatever.
I see where this is going.
So
wasn't his nickname Leatherface?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Let's get into it.
So he meets her, and the whole time I was watching this, I was like, it's honestly this girl's fault. This guy's in love with this girl, and she's telling him like, I think this is cool. Like,
it'd be
this
so
is pretty
hot
cool.
if he did this.
And then and well, she also knows that he's like very weird. Everyone in town thought he had like autism or something, but they didn't really know about that a lot. So
they knew what autism was back then.
That's what I'm saying. Like they didn't know, but they were
like
this guy's
they were
weird.
just like I thought most of the time back then, if you were autistic, they were like, oh, this person's like mentally insane, like, you know what I mean,
right? Shit
like that, and you just throw them in like a loony bin.
Well, right. That's what I was thinking too. So now, fast forward a little bit. His brother is really like talking shit about his mom and their mom, and he's very much like, she's holding us back, like she's telling us not to do all this, she's telling us not to express ourselves, like we should do this, and out of like pure love for his mother or whatever you want to call it, he kills his brother. And that was his kind of first
one.
Yeah.
And
what
what he did?
He like didn't acknowledge it as real for a while, and then went back and like hid the body, and then like that was basically it, to be honest.
You know, like what he did, where he killed him?
He killed him with like a chainsaw. That's where Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like it'd be hard to kill somebody with a chainsaw.
Was like he's like swung the shit around. And, like,
yeah,
he was, like,
I feel like I could outrun somebody with a chainsaw pretty easily.
That's what I was thinking. But they were like, it was whatever. So that happens, and then he kind of like ignored it, didn't think it was real. Still kept thinking he was
like couldn't come to terms with what he had done.
Right. Then his mom finds out. Then their mom is like so upset, and she's like getting the police involved. And then the mom has a stroke, dies, and they had lived on like a nice property, and like had a nice like house, like a lot of land, and he now gets this house all to himself. And
Murder Castle 2.0.
And this is where he starts to just spiral, dude. Like, buddy starts going downhill. In his mom's burial was more normal. Like he didn't kill his mom, obviously, but like he like tried to keep his mom a little bit, but then they buried her. And then this girl, he meets back up with Mary Hogan that was shown in the comics and everything, and she's like, Ed's Gein's like laying on his mom's grave. He's like laying in like really weird, dude. He's like putting his fingers in the soil and everything, and like the girl's like, Ed Gein's like, I want to dig her up, like I want to have her and I want to bring her back, and then the girl's like, well, maybe you shouldn't do that with her, but you could just dig somebody else up. And then he digs somebody else up, puts her in a chair in their house, and pretends it's his mom. And his mom's just like in a rocking chair, like facing the other way, and he's like bringing people over, like, you want to meet my mom?
And they would come and see this?
And they would, yeah.
And what would they say?
Not do anything.
Classic.
it's the 50s, dude.
Everybody was doing this. Dude, we were close to going to space. I feel like people knew better.
but he only did it with like people he trusted or like whatever. But so he
you're my boy,
does
right?
that, but then he starts like digging up other people, and he's like now like cutting them open, and like just like the comic, he's like using their skin to make lampshades.
Yeah.
So there's like a full like I don't even know how many. Eventually, they like he was eating cereal out of skulls. He was building couches out of skin. He was building.
That's so much skin.
I'm trying to remember other things, dude. That he was like, it was a ridiculous amount, and he like, so it was kind of at that point a mixture of like he would go kill people. Addison Rae is in it, like a famous TikToker.
Yeah,
and she's like one of just like girls that he like lures back and smirks.
And
then
she a good actor.
She just died right away.
Nice.
You don't really have to. So, long story short, he killed a bunch of people. No, do you know how many people he kills? Can you look that up?
No, it's like 49.
I don't think it's crazy. My guess would be like 30. I don't know what they're gonna say.
Well, where was he getting most of the skin for his shit? Was it from the graves or from people he killed?
From people he killed.
I feel like dead people's skin wouldn't do that good for a couch. So,
yeah.
Dude, to make a couch out of
and
skin,
it was always
it's got to be a lot.
It wasn't like every murder was the same, dude. It was like this guy would just like randomly kill somebody. So like he would like go to a store, some lady was like not letting him buy something, and then all of a sudden it was just like bang, she's dead. And then he's like taking the body back, and he would just like keep these bodies in his like shed or whatever. Exactly. And they like show like at the end like I don't know what he was making, but it's just like I don't remember if it was a chair or what it was, but it was just like probably like 300 or not 300, but probably like 80 nipples like stitched together.
Nipples?
And it was, yes. And this is what he was doing, dude, at the very end. So like the whole time he's very I don't even know what you would call it, but like he liked to dance, and he liked to like put on women's lingerie and like dance around in it and like be all weird. And
so only confirmed 2, but realistically, like they couldn't prove it because they were all idiots. But
yeah,
probably like above a dozen.
Above a dozen,
okay.
Dude.
I thought it was around 20. It wasn't like he was going crazy.
Well, dude, for all that furniture and 80 nipples, I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
That would at least make me think 40 people, right?
Yeah, I didn't really know.
Unless you find somebody that's 4. But same shit with my guy, right? Like they only ever confirmed him on the one.
Yeah.
But I mean, back then it didn't matter. I mean, I'm sure you'll get into it, but did he get the death sentence? Like,
I actually low-key don't even know. Well, actually, I think I do know what happened. I don't know if you can start looking that up too. But
Chad's
like,
awesome, dude.
Yeah, this is perfect. So here's what basically goes down is that I know. Okay, so he does all that. The very end, they show you, and he has basically what he's done is he wanted to be like a woman, so he like
I could see
he
that
wanted
from
to
the
be
other
in a
stories you
woman's
told.
skin. So like he literally created a skin suit that he put on
to be a girl.
Yes, and he would just dance around in this skin suit, like all like
Was he low-key crushed?
sexy and stuff like this,
Yeah.
you know. And then
He's feeling himself.
and then he does get caught because he literally has his like a dead body rotting upstairs for however long.
Yeah.
And then pretty much that's it. I know when he gets caught, he didn't go to jail, dude. He went to like they found out he had schizophrenia.
Yeah.
He went to a schizophrenic fucking like rehab type place.
Rehab? Like they can just work that shit out of you. Like
and that's pretty much like how it ended. Is he was just like at a rehab place. So
For the rest of his life?
They deemed him unfit for trial.
For trial?
Yeah.
And then in 1964, they're like, all right, we'll send you to the psych ward.
yeah,
And then,
So he just lived out his days.
and
in
he
the
like
psych ward.
actually he did get a lot better
Good for him.
from what they showed.
it's understandable.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah,
Nobody
people just didn't
understood him.
get
I
it.
mean, yeah.
They just-
He was ahead of his time.
He was. And then they made movies about him, and everyone else was trying to copy him. It actually is funny because at the very end they show like all these like future serial killers, and they're like, I admire Ed Gein. Like Ed Gein's my guy. Like he's the one. He's the dope.
They idolized him.
Yeah. Like a lot of the serial killers that are like, I don't know if you ever watched the show Mind Hunters. It's like where they go interview all the serial killers in jail.
Mm-mm.
It's not real. It's just like a fake show. But
Oh.
and they like it's basically after they're caught going back and like getting all the details. You know what I mean? But they interview a bunch of people and they're all like, yeah, he's my guy. Like he's the guy.
Yeah, that's a pretty. I mean, if I was going to think of a very horrifying serial killer, that would be one that skins people and does that. But spooky shit, man.
Right?
Spooky shit, dude.
Happy
Especially like the
Halloween,
people
dude.
not getting caught, and I mean, kind of both of them because it went on for so long. But just the fact that they could get kind of anybody at any time, or
Yeah.
people that seem outwardly. Well, your guy maybe not so much, but like the Mudgett guy, he seemed normal, or even people thought he was cool. Like he was
Right.
like a suave businessman, cool
Yeah.
guy. Like so, people were very trusting with him, and like, oh, this guy's a business owner. Yeah, I'll come work for him. I'll trust him to go up here.
Yeah.
And then you go into one of the rooms, and I don't even. How does this guy get like gas and cyanide to
Right,
get
that's
like
what I'm
do all
thinking,
this
too.
shit? Like, it's insane.
People thought Ed Gein was like handsome, but then like eventually he had like this eye twitch, and his eye just like twitched, and he like lost it, and he just went schizo.
I wonder if he was being
Basically after
cannibal at all.
Basically after his mom died. No,
Did
really.
they say anything about that? Because I
No.
think like an eye twitch or like shit like that is a sign of cannibalism.
I mean, obviously he was eating out of human skulls, but he was like eating beans or like eating, he like
Beans.
I was the whole time I was like, this guy hasn't been in the grocery store one time, like just living off whatever his mom had in the house when she died.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
she was stocked up.
Yeah, he had like no money. He would just like go out because I was also like, how is this guy doing anything? Like, how does he have any money? And he would just like go out to eat with these people that like asked him. Like these girls would be like, Ed Gein, go, let's have lunch together, and he'd be like, yeah. And then he'd go there and be like, I'm sorry, I can't pay. I just don't have it. They'd be like, oh, don't worry, Ed Gein. Oh, I got you.
You're a good guy, Ed Gein. This one's on me.
Never was really like a drinker, a smoker, or anything. He was just like just a crazy guy.
He had other vices, it sounds like.
Yeah, he did.
He's a weird murder pervert.
But dude, that's gonna do it.
Yeah, spooky episode in Chicago.
Episode 21.
Shout out chat, live
We have a
audience.
day ahead of us. Happy birthday, Chase. Today's
Happy
Chase's
birthday, Chase.
I can't wait to get the fuck out of this shower and go about our day.
Yeah, we'll see when the videos get planted in. But you guys will see some of what we've done.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do it at the beginning, but we didn't really tee it up too well at the beginning.
Dude, there'll be somewhere around there. But yeah, hope you guys have a
Years, but I'm
spooky
still
weekend.
ice cold, still stacking up this paper. Now my wallet won't fold. Could have
Love
bought
you,
a
Zach.
little
Yeah,
break from
one
all
more
those
time.
tracks that I saw.